Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Today we're going to look at the White Gold Club in Cebu City, Cebu, the Philippines. It's very close to the SM Mall in Cebu City. And after wandering around here a bit, it's a huge store. It reminded me a little bit of Walmart in the USA, and they're in other countries now as well. A very large selection of items. They've got a large food store as well. Appliances, electronics, although not the huge electronics type store. Lots of karaoke equipment. That's the most important thing. Um, some tools, tool area, clothing areas, a couple of cafes, and just a wide assortment of different types of items. And I noticed that some of the items were less expensive than what I was seeing in other stores, and some were more expensive, which would be very common because it's very difficult for one store just to have the lowest prices on everything, of course. Um, I believe it's owned by Gaisano family. I'm not sure if it's the same that owns the many Gaisano malls across the Philippines or not. I believe there was one in the Makati area of Manila as well, but I haven't been able to find much information on that, so I don't know if they're still open or not. It has a huge appliance area, cookware type area for personal kitchens as well as commercial type items. One thing I appreciated was the huge selection of jars. I do a little bit of uh, making pickles and that type of thing, and it's difficult to find jars in many places, many stores here in the Philippines, and they have a huge selection here. Here's some of the huge pots you see in restaurants as well as the little food stands alongside the road. You'll see those big pots that they cook up their goods every day, and glassware of all sorts. I cannot think of one other store that is this large with such a selection. You need plates and other Chinaware type things. White seems to be the favorite color here, but they have a section with lots of other colors as well. What shape would you like? Round, square, rectangular, oval? They pretty much have it all here. There's some paddles here, but I didn't see any canoes. Storage containers of all types of shapes and sizes and colors. It reminded me a little bit of the Untop stores here in the Philippines, but much larger scale here. Hangers and more hangers and plant potting supplies, that type of thing. They also have a number of types of soil and fertilizer. They do have a large and pretty well stocked grocery area. There are a couple items that I like to buy that I did not find there, but most of the items were there. Up on another level, they've got some furniture. They're not a big furniture store, but they do have some furniture type items. This is another little room with some of your some specialty type cooking appliances, toaster ovens, pressure cookers, that type of thing. And I'm guessing it's targeted more towards the commercial type establishments, but I would consider buying some of this for my home as well. Large scale and different types of pressure cookers and fryers, blenders, all that specialty type thing here. Does anybody know what kind of fish this is? They had that in a tank, and then they sell pet supplies and some birds, parakeets, that type of thing, songbirds, and supplies for all those types of things as well. Um, Different birds. This is a nice cafe type area on the second level, and then they have a couple other areas where you can get something to eat as well. Um, Down on the first level, near the food store area is one. Also up here, they've got all sorts of linen, bedding supplies, rugs, linoleum, all the types of things. Back on the first floor, there's a hardware department with many of the items, tools and supplies, insulation, glues, adhesives that you might want. Not nearly as big as the True Value and Aces you find in the big malls, but they do have a pretty good selection of many items that you might need. In fact, it's a little bigger than what I remembered it as when I was there. Light bulbs and alarms and electrical fixtures, adhesives, tools. Um, Pretty good selection anyway. They do have a small pharmacy and lots of other stores out front of the long cashier line here. They have a liquor department out here, and you can drink cheap here if you drink the local alcohol. What I've found is if you want the imported, a lot of the imported, for instance, Absolute vodka, the better brandies that are imported, Bailey's coffee liqueur. Uh, that is the same or more than what it is in the USA, most places here. Margarita mix, 109. Hombre tequila, 279. Mojitos, 249. They also have their own bakery and offer another seating area off to the side here for eating, that type of thing. Exercise equipment to run off some of that, those extra calories you just ingested, and some sporting good area here, basketball hoops, weights. Had a guy ask me how much weights cost, and there they are, and I did not look. I don't have the answer to that question. But those people who want to lift weights will pay whatever it takes to do that. Sauna sports suit. That's what we all need in the Philippines. $499. Umbrellas, badminton, tennis, pool balls and pool cues, cards. Elastic bandages. They do have a pretty good selection of shoes, tennis shoes, sporting type shoes, sporting type clothing. They have a pretty large men's and women's and children's clothing department as well. Red seems to be a favorite color here. Close to Valentine's Day. Lots of bedding, couches that fold out into beds, love seats, lots of foam mattresses here. You've got a number of foam companies here, and they do have a decent size furniture area. This is up on the second floor. They've got a little bit on the first floor, and various types of desks and coffee table type things, tables, children's desks, and high chairs, mirrors, and shelving. I've been looking for shelving to fit around the desk in my condo, and real particular to exactly what I want, and I still haven't found it. I might have to have it built to my specifications. Quite a big selection of children-related furniture, clothing, and the food department. There again, the grocery store is quite large, well stocked, clean. Uh, the meat department. One thing nice here, the people cannot reach in and touch and handle the meats, I think, which is good. Most supermarkets I've been in, then people can pick up the meat and handle them. White Gold Club is located about 2 long blocks from SM City, Cebu City Mall, which is just to the right and a little bit up on this map. Thank you for coming along. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's called a club, but there are no membership dues involved. They do offer a card for, I don't know, 150 pesos, I think, something like that, that gives you a discount on some items, 10 or 20% at times. Anyway, safe travels to you all, and we'll see you next time.